Hello and welcome back to the Sidescape Gaming Podcast, episode 158. Eight. I just said this. I just researched this. Holy shit.
You sure did.
Wow. Well, it's James is throwing me off. I haven't seen him in a while. I'm distracted.
He's back from the dead.
The dead. You're back, baby. Did you game at all? Did you play any games?
Rumble.
No, that's not a game.
Maybe some against the sword.
Good job, James. You're keeping it alive.
No.
I am, and you know what, Ted? We need to have a guild meeting.
We need to have a guild meeting.
Half the guild is not playing,
including me. I've really been slacking this newest
people.
season. I've been slacking this newest season.
We need to have a guild
yeah.
meeling. Well, now is not the time for this, James, because this is
right.
the 158th episode of the Sidescape Gaming Podcast. Reaching every Monday. Well, Friday. I went through Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We go live Fridays with a new episode live on youtube.com. And sometimes if Ted really wants to put it on Spotify, but for some reason he just chose kind of not to do that this week.
I was mourning James's loss.
I
was too upset because I had to write in the description like just Jake and Ted, and it made me too sad. Couldn't do it.
Couldn't hit the upload. I think you did.
If you're a Spotify only listener, you're gonna get a double whammy later tonight.
two episodes tonight, baby.
Spicy double whammy.
And so we're gonna be talking about something we've been playing. Something I've played once. Ted's played multiple times. We're gonna talk about Pal World.
I've played no times.
But do we want to talk about State of Play before or after?
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about State of Play right now.
So State of Play happened.
Well, it's fresh in my mind.
It's right here. Percolating.
PlayStation's State of Play.
PlayStation's State of Play. This is kind of revealing their 2024. Getting the vibe there's going to be a weak year in gaming. Kind of feels that way starting up. Yeah? We all feel that way?
That's how you felt?
A little bit. You were pretty stoked?
For PlayStation?
Yeah, it was like,
We got Pal World that just came out which is smashing numbers.
Not for PlayStation.
Oh, weak year for PlayStation?
I think we'll get it. I'm sure we will.
You can't say that with Final Fantasy coming out.
No, good point.
That'll
good
just
point.
dominate.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's one game. But I'm in. James, does Stellar Blade do anything for you? To this game by Shift Up Corporation?
It looks like
a Platinum game.
Bayonetta.
Yeah.
But for PlayStation, right?
Does that do anything for you?
Not really. Might be good. Might be Bayonetta. I never played Bayonetta. I'm not a fan of that. So
this is how they started the show.
Could be Nier. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. Story could be cool, but also could just be crazy kind of anime
They really
bullshit.
went into depth with it, though, like showcasing, here's your engineer character.
Yep.
Here's that. I like,
Yeah.
Could be good.
Yeah.
What, like an action beat 'em up?
Very much so. Like in the vibe of like a Bayonetta, kind of how you're jumping around near kind of crazy bombastic sword fight kind of vibe.
A lot of air combat.
Big butt.
Big, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First thing my mind went to was, female Japanese protagonist with a big butt. Welcome to games. Yep.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
That game comes out April 26th. So who knows? I don't think I would pay $70 for this. It's not my type of game. But I definitely would have checked this out on the Game Pass if it was coming to like something like that. I was like, okay.
If only PlayStation had some sort of Game Pass that they could easily put this on.
James, they have something. They have 3 tiers of PlayStation Plus. Okay, what's so hard to understand? One of them is essentially
gives me
Game
that
Pass.
game for like $10? Tell me, Jake.
Jake, which one lets me play PlayStation games day and date?
I think that's plus Ultra plus.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know what's also coming to PlayStation, Ted, day and date, is Sonic Cross Shadow Generations.
I like this game.
Did you play the first Sonic Generations?
No.
Oh.
And
did you play
I wish
the
I did
first
because I heard
Shadow
it was good.
the Hedgehog?
Yes,
I played Shadow the Hedgehog. I played Sonic Adventure Battle 2.
Okay.
That one.
So this one looked good to you? You were in this?
I like the little cross in between like old and new.
Yeah.
I believe Sonic Generations was received well.
Yes, it was.
People
Yes.
like it. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was a little confused. The trailer didn't explain much.
Is this PlayStation only, or just like they're just showing it at the State of Play?
So I noticed nothing. No of the games showed another console. So I don't know if they're all exclusive or if it's just Sony is only advertising it's coming to their system. I would doubt Sonic is exclusive.
I would doubt that as well.
Yeah. It's very much looks like Sonic.
No, because it's Sega, right?
Yeah, it's Sega. Like I would doubt that.
No.
Everything else could probably be exclusive on here, though. To be very honest. Oh no,
There was
Foam
a lot.
Stars is not. But
Foam Stars.
fuck that game.
Sonic X
I skipped through
Shadow Generations is for pre-order on Steam, so it's definitely
it's gonna be
coming
on
to other
everything.
things.
Yeah, it's coming to everything.
In that trailer, I'm just curious, does Shadow the Hedgehog carry a gun?
No.
No.
No guns.
Then is it really Shadow the Hedgehog video game?
That hasn't been a thing for a very long time.
So what I understand about Sonic Generations, and we won't go long on Sonic Generations here, but is that it's like a cross between like 3D and 2D Sonic games that kind of flow.
Yeah.
And I was confused if this was that game that came out a while ago with Shadow the Hedgehog involved, or if it's a new Sonic Generations game. A little confusing. So
A little weird to invoke Shadow's name in a video game if you're not going to have him
shoot things.
holding an Uzi.
Shooting.
Yeah.
But Ted, he's going to be in the new movie that comes out this year, so that's why he's coming out this year. Rumored voice, Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
I'm kind of into that. I'll
Even
watch
more
it.
for a reason for him to have just a firearm.
just a massive.
just to
a Desert
gun
Eagle in
tails
his
down
hand.
at the beginning of
God.
the movie
What
in
a
slow
game.
motion.
What a game. That's how it starts. Sonic the Hedgehog, you don't know me, but you're about to. Okay, they showed a game called ZZZ, Zenless Zone Zero.
This was a gotcha game, right?
I have no idea what this game was.
Because I skipped right past it when I saw the animation style, and I knew it was like a gotcha game, like like Genshin and all those other ones.
kinda
So I
seemed
skipped
in
past
that
it
art style,
'cause
but
I
I
thought
have no
I
idea.
thought it was it. Yeah.
They just fought big robot things and
Right.
had no idea what was happening.
Oh, this yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
For
a gotcha
for
game?
reference, what James is talking about is very anime-looking characters behind very video gamey looking cars and backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very similar to another game that's out, and I just can't think of it. It's a popular one.
It is from MiHoYo, the creators. of
MiHoYo,
Genshin.
yeah, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
then
so
it's okay.
Genshin
That's
Impact.
exactly
And it is coming to
everything.
your normal platforms as well as iOS and Android.
Yeah.
So it is
Oh, yeah.
probably
Oh, yeah.
be
So I won't. I
Pull out that credit card for that game. Yep.
Now pull it out for Rumble.
Support the collective.
Get us those points so we can buy
James,
the new.
should we
mini.
just post our guild name for the 4 viewers who maybe play Rumble?
Foreign
We should
user
join
will
our
be in.
guild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, foreign
Let's get 'em in.
users.
We gotta get these slackers out.
Gotta cut. Ted's one of the slackers.
Ted at least has a point.
All right. We're moving on. Foam Stars. I wrote Foam Stars. Who gives a fuck? This game won't be around by 2025.
Attaboy, Jake.
Splatoon clone, Ted, if you're not familiar with Foam Stars.
Yeah.
It's a Splatoon clone.
I heard about this. This is an Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I remember a lot of people coming out of their tech demos were like, I mean, it's not awful,
Sure.
which is the highest praise that it got.
Sure. And there it is. It won't. You will not. The servers are gonna be turned off before
You know, I
or
actually
Suicide Squads.
before Suicide Squads. Dude, they're trying to keep those things on right now.
I think they've already turned them
I-
off twice, so never mind.
Jake, I actually disagree with you. This is a great game if you and your friends are already paying for Ubisoft Plus because you're all Division players.
You forgot
and
that
you're
you're paying for it.
Yeah, or you're just like, fuck it, guys. We don't want to play our hardcore Ubisoft game. Let's just bounce into Foam Stars real quick.
You
Like,
have to
I
pay
can
for
see
that for Rainbow Six.
Yes, but not if you own Ubisoft Plus for the monthly subscription.
Huh?
Weird.
I didn't even. I didn't
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
What?
You gotta pay for Rainbow Six Siege every month.
Oh no,
think it's
not
for the-
monthly.
for the-
No.
Oh,
you just have to pay.
oh.
You have to pay for the characters
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
The
okay.
operators.
Okay.
The operators.
But
yes.
not if you own Ubisoft Plus, their subscription service.
Yeah.
Then you get the operators. for
But if you wanted to take a break from your hardcore ranked matches of Siege, play some Foam Stars.
All right. We're moving on from Foam Stars. I don't like this game. This game's stupid. Ted's wrong. All right.
It does look very like kiddish in the worst possible way. Like it's still like a sexy anime lady, but like toned down, and it's just that makes it worse.
That makes it worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave the Diver is coming to PS5 in April. And there's Godzilla DLC, Ted.
Hey, we need to play this game. I had a friend who was showing me the game, and
Yeah.
it has got like so many events and so much like extra stuff to it. They had like a crossover with Dredge, and
Oh,
now they
yeah.
have a crossover with Godzilla. Wait, Jake, you haven't seen the movie yet?
No,
right? We
I've
were
not
talking
seen
about this.
-1.
Okay, I
need
don't want
to.
to say anything, but
I know. I've heard it's wonderful.
Ted, incredible.
It's
I
great.
love it.
I
Fantastic.
can't wait to watch it on
Really-
my home screen upstairs. It'll be wonderful.
Probably more enjoyable than a cold theater. The theater I was in, there was no heater. It was ice cold. The
Godzilla
entire
was
time.
attacking, James.
It literally
Yeah.
felt like I was in the waters while Godzilla. It was so cold.
The guy in the operating booth is like really precise. He's turning up the heat when he knows the scenes are coming, turning down.
They complained some guy came in, turned up the dial, and it still was cold. So, just like, all right.
Weird. Okay. We're going to move on, but it's coming May 24th, Godzilla. Very cool. V Rising by Stunlock Studios. This game I thought looked really interesting.
Yeah.
I never got to play this game, but it had a really good reception when it came out.
So this is out on Steam?
I believe it was
Out on Steam.
on early access.
Early access,
Maybe it is releasing.
So it must be
soon, and that's why it's
releasing this year, yeah.
Yeah.
Because PlayStation doesn't have an early access program like that.
But yeah,
It's
this,
$16 right now. Early access.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
You're like a
it's fun
vampire,
game.
top-down vampire game where you build your own castle.
Yeah, you can build your own base. You play with your friends.
Go out and
it's
fight things.
Valheim
It looks
vampire.
really interesting.
yeah, it's like a mix between maybe a Diablo but also a survival game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I just like the premise of like you're a vampire building your like
Your lair.
Dracula's
Yeah,
castle.
that's what I love.
Yeah, it's very kitschy in the right kind of way.
It has like a cool Castlevania kind of vibe that I was in for. So I'm
Definitely
into
something
that.
we could check out.
Yeah, that's something I want to check out with you guys because that's super cool. If it's $16 too, hell yeah.
So,
Something I will never play, ever, is Silent Hill. And
What?
No way. Did you watch this
Jake,
trailer?
I want to talk about it with you.
Not
It
a
has that
fucking
nice
chance
Resident
in hell.
Evil view.
No. This thing was terrifying.
It's got like you got like 4 legs like coming at you from the dark.
They
you know?
literally announced basically their PT, Ted. Like they announced a new PT for free.
Yeah.
You can download it now. It's out for free. And it was horrifying. The way the thing walks at you.
Yeah.
No.
It's like if you took Resident Evil and like you made the enemies just so much more like scarier, not like normal zombies infected.
Yeah.
They had like 4 legs. That was just that's it. It was just 4 legs running at you. Like that's
Yeah.
it. Like just the oddest
She
creatures.
turned and looked at the wall in first person, and all the wall, like the photos on the wall, became eyes.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
started
yeah.
looking
Like-
back at her. I was like, Psh.
I'm gonna play this, so you know. I
Yeah.
think this is right
Sick.
up my scary alley.
Absolutely.
With like the first person Resident Evil type thing. Yeah. That's even though this is third person, it's like.
No, but this one's
Shoulder view.
first person. The
Are you talking about the first one?
the DLC, the free thing.
Oh, you're talking about the
their
what is it called?
PT. It's
Something
called
memory?
a short message.
Short message.
Silent-
yeah,
Silent
sorry.
Hill, the short message.
I thought you were talking about the
No,
the
sorry.
remake.
No.
Okay.
So this is like their
There's 2
PT
Silent Hills.
because they said this is where Silent Hill, a taste of where Silent Hill is going.
Okay.
So I'm guessing they're
Right.
making.
I'm sorry,
ones.
they didn't actually release or announce a new Silent Hill
No,
game.
they just kind of
They just
announced
they
it
just
with this.
released a demo.
Yeah, yeah, and then they showed Silent Hill
2 remake.
which is
Yeah.
being
Oh,
made
okay.
for PS5.
That's probably
That's
a good one.
Sorry, that's what I was talking about. I was
Yeah.
talking about the other one, but yeah, the other one
Okay.
is PT and
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna play that.
I'll-
I maybe
I don't know
play
if I'm-
Silent Hill, but I recall watching like my sister's friend play one, and it terrified me when I was a child. So
it's probably even less scarier because it was like a little top down view. I mean, you've been playing Metal Gear. You probably don't want to play it if it's not the original Silent Hill with that
true.
top down view.
yeah, I like the top down. No, man,
You're
I'm
probably
all
used
about
to the
that.
top down view.
Yeah, tactical espionage, baby. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Judas by Ghost Story. This is Ken Levine's game, the BioShock new game. I think it looks fun.
I like it.
Yeah, cool trailer, cool vibe.
Yep.
Very BioShock. It's what I would.
I'll
really,
think of BioShock.
Yeah,
I'll think of
needed
BioShock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in. Looks cool. Kind of cool vibe.
Has Ken Levine made a video game or been a part of a project since Infinite?
No, this will be his first game since Infinite.
Gosh, it does look like BioShock.
It's literally BioShock.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it being BioShock.
Though I got to tell you, watching this game and the two-hand combat, and then watching what we talked about last week, Ted, with Avowed, and there's another game later with two-hand combat, like with it stick out in front of you. God, this game flowed so much better than Avowed looked. Like how they were like zapping and then running and like stabbing something, rather than just like very like hit slice. It was like the person was like doing interesting combos almost. Looked really
Right.
cool.
It's very BioShock.
Very BioShock. I'm very in. It looks cool. It could be terrible. It could be way up its own butt, but it looks like it could be a really fun BioShock game. Metro Awakening VR is coming in 2024. It's a Metro VR game.
It's a VR game, and
Eh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. PSVR 2 is a thing. They got PSVR 2. This is the game I thought looked actually kind of interesting. Legendary Tales. It's a VR game that is a VR action RPG, and it looked like it. It really looked like the two-hand combat, but man, were they doing interesting things with those two hands. Their Beowulf was at some point in this game, and he was fighting alongside Beowulf, and then at some point they had Thor's hammer. And so, just kind of an interesting idea. You're first person fighting things in a...
I'm sorry, Legendary Tales, a VR action game?
Yeah, by Urban Wolf Games. Comes out February 8th.
Yeah. So this looks, according to the Steam page, this has been in early access for them since 2021.
There it is.
So it sounds like PlayStation is just getting these releases.
Okay, I've seen this game. It's not bad. It's just the content dries up. from what
Okay.
I've heard.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
who knows the full release? I know nothing about it, but
Do you think they're trying to just justify people's PSVR2 purchase?
yes, because they got nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the two people.
Yeah. The fact that Half-Life Alyx isn't on that yet is crazy to me.
Right. I feel like that's such a missed opportunity, but I don't know what they're working on.
Valve
with-
probably
with
won't let it
Valve.
go at this point. Like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
No.
We're good. Dragon's Dogma. This game looks cool. Dragon Dogma
Dragon's
2.
Dogma.
This is a game that is right up our alley. I feel
think
like
so.
if you like Elden Ring, if you were into that style, Dragon's Dogma did it before, and it was crazy. Like how far ahead of its time it was.
Co-op, yeah?
You can't go back and play it. Yeah, it's kind of co-op. You have like a party that you can control. I don't know if it'll be like that if it'll be co-op. But the original, it was single player, but you had like 4 people in your party,
Okay.
and they were like AI controlled.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't too good, but they were okay.
Yeah, well, in the original, like,
that's still fun.
you had a party members that you could, I believe, customize, or in some way they
Yes.
would like represent you in your playstyle, and then that was
very
multiplayer.
unique.
So Jake, I could take your character and play.
And play as
it would be
that.
like an AI. It would be like an AI avatar,
AI avatar, yeah.
but they would be that your avatar would be playing in my game.
Oh, that's cool.
It was good. It was
That's
very
really
cool
cool.
fighting. Yeah.
It's like James said, very ahead of its time. It does not look like it has any. Dragon's Dogma 2 does not have any
Multiplayer.
listings for multiplayer. It says it's a single player game.
But it's
I'm
fine.
so
It'll
much
be
more
like
into
an
it
Elden
now,
Ring
to be honest. To be very
Yeah.
honest, that makes me more into it.
Yeah.
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 It's not like a Monster Hunter. It's more like a Elden Ring.
Okay, because I didn't
Dark
know if
Souls.
it was like Monster Hunter or not, and that's what I was going to
No,
ask.
no.
Ah, it's like an RPG.
Yes.
Yes,
Definitely.
very much
It was really
Also-
unique and out there, and not too many people played it, but it was very good. I
Also
watched a lot of it.
releasing on all platforms.
Yep, May
Yeah.
24th. So right
I
around
think it's
the
gonna
corner.
be big. Everyone knows how like the old one was good, so
Yeah.
I feel like this one's gonna be big.
This is like
Feel
one of
good.
the predicted like big critical games of the
Yeah.
year. If I
Yeah.
from the vibes I'm getting.
It's been a long time. I don't know when the Dragon's Dogma came out. It's probably been like more than 10.
2014?
10
Maybe
years?
even
10 years.
earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
definitely been a while.
Maybe I'm wrong. Let me check.
Yeah, give us a Google, Ted.
March
March.
2012. I apologize.
Oh, yeah, 12 years.
12 years.
I wonder if it came out to Steam later, because I definitely picked it up.
I think it definitely came out Steam later.
Okay. Rise of the Ronin by Team Ninja is coming out the same day, March 24th or 22nd, excuse me. And James, what do you think of this? This is
I think it's definitely not your typical Team Ninja game like recently, like
No.
Neo. It's not like your Neo. It's
more like Ghost of
I liked
Tsushima.
it. It's more like Ghost of Tsushima. That's exactly what I was thinking.
yeah.
The combat style was a little bit different, a little unique with the guns and all that. Little like the open world aspect of it. Ghost of Tsushima. Like I'll take it.
Yeah.
Might be good.
And the combat looked a little more brutal like that Team Ninja combat than a
Right.
Ghost of the Tsushima kind of like flowy combat, which I thought was
Yeah,
interesting.
little guns here and there, which I think there were guns in Neo and explosions and stuff. Yeah,
So this is like an open world ninja game. Samurai
yes.
ninja game. Yeah.
a little different
yeah,
for Team Ninja.
Yep.
So it looks very much like their other game that we're talking about. But no, I was just struck. Jake, last week we were talking about Ninja Theory,
Right.
and I was
Right.
confused because I was like,
No.
I'm pretty sure they've had a lot of hits over the years.
Team Ninja.
I was thinking of Team Ninja, makers of Ninja Gaiden and Dead or
Neo.
Alive.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. And
Yep.
and Neo. Yeah.
Neo.
Neo,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That makes way more sense because like no, I think Ninja
Yeah.
Theory has just kind of done some smaller.
Yep.
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 Okay.
Different
okay.
ninja game. Different ninja developer.
Two ninjas.
Yep. Two ninjas. So I thought this game could be cool. If I heard it was really good, I'd probably pick it up and try it. So
What if you heard that it was okay?
dude, there's so many games.
Because this to me seems
Too many
like
games.
and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if it's actually exclusive.
When's it coming out? Did you get?
Yeah, March 22nd.
Soon.
That's
'Cause
no
this-
good for me.
For PlayStation to do another, you'll just be living it.
I know. he's in the land
I'll
of the
be.
Ronin.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I'll get it day one. I'll walk it.
Yeah, for them to do another kind of samurai-esque game, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is it going to feel a little redundant coming from PlayStation? But
Yeah,
we'll see.
I kind of got a little bit of that vibe too of like, oh,
Yeah.
it's we've already had this a little bit, so I get that.
Yeah.
It did seem more geared towards the samurai aspect than like the
Yeah.
I guess the
Well,
ninja
and-
side of
Right.
Tsushima.
Right, and I was gonna say if it's made by the people who did Neo is incredibly difficult. Like it,
Yes.
like in a Dark Souls esque style, but like it gets pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could see if there was somebody who played Ghost of Tsushima,
That was it.
yeah, that's the one,
That's the one.
and it was like this is too easy.
Sure.
this could definitely be that there for them.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah,
looks
Neo
harder.
ridiculously
Like the
hard.
Sekiro to your Dark Souls fan.
Right. Right.
Neo was too hard.
Yeah,
some point.
Neo was too hard.
Or at least Neo 2 was.
They're remaking, remastering, redoing Until Dawn, apparently.
Right.
Unclear what it is.
That caught on. I thought they were gonna make like a movie.
Yeah.
Right? Is it? You hear about that? Like Until Dawn for some reason, like it's just.
I don't know why they didn't make more. It's first off a great name.
They did make more.
So the
Not they
Until
made
Dawn,
the diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made the
Oh yeah.
anthology.
the Murders of Madon or whatever. I think
Yeah.
PlayStation
Those weren't as
owns Until Dawn, and
Yep.
probably
Correct.
They wanted to make multi-platform games. So yeah, it's being made by a new studio. It's not. Oh shoot, I knew him off the top of my head. Dang it.
Supermassive.
Point?
Supermassive. Thank you. I was gonna call him Supergiant. I knew that wasn't right. Supermassive.
Yep.
It's now being made by Ballistic Moon, which is not a studio I'm very familiar with, but we'll see.
Is that another like port studio?
I'm curious if it's a PlayStation affiliate.
Ballistic Moon.
Because they're
Never heard.
rebuilding it. Maybe they're testing out the waters for more of these kind of games.
Could be like a Blue Point spinoff. I don't know.
Yeah, I could definitely see this being a opportunity for them to build an engine underneath the game, so that then they can start making an Until Dawn 2 or other of these types of games.
Well, we've seen that like PlayStation does that a lot with studios, is they like remake.
Is it
or
coming to
remaster.
PC? Is this like them like showcasing that
Oh,
their capability, like they're really strong at making their PlayStation ports to PC? Or
that'd be interesting too.
yeah.
Ted, give me a Google.
Because
see
they're
what I
coming
can
out
do.
with Horizon. Did they mention anything about Horizon Forbidden West? That's coming out
No.
for PC.
Comes to enhanced version. It says enhanced version of Until Dawn comes to PS5 and PC this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's coming to PC.
I guess my only gripe with this is, Jake, if you were to log into your PS5 right now, can you not buy Until Dawn?
No, you probably can.
Is that a PS4
PS4 game, but you can buy it on PS5.
It's a PS4 game, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And my guess is, so what they did with The Last of Us Part 2 remaster is, if I own Last of Us Part 2, it was $10 to get the remaster. So my guess is that maybe they'll probably do that same system with Until Dawn.
I would hope so.
So, yeah, me too.
Although I guess is there much replay value? I guess there is replay value in this game, so that it might be fun
Yeah.
to go revisit this if you already.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be kind of. I think it'd be kind of fun to have Maddie and I play it. Like, this is not a very gamey game.
Yeah.
So it'd be
No,
kinda-
very story.
Yeah, so Maddie
Even
might.
though a
might
little
like it.
scary, but not too scary.
a little
I think it's just
scary.
more
But I
like,
played
it's
through
like
it.
this guy's an asshole.
Yeah, yeah. It's Rami Malek. She'll like it.
Yeah. True.
Ted, if I were to tell you that after this moment and the trailer, the trailers that we were watching, things got fucking crazy, would you believe it's because Kojima showed up?
Yep.
And he showed us Death Stranding 2, and what the fuck is this game going to be about, James? 'Cause
this-
it's wild.
Yeah, the trailer. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's what I was gonna ask you because you played it.
Okay.
But the trailer was so detailed and so good. Like it was just like an engine showcase, of course.
So
but like,
good.
oh my god.
So you're still walking
The
in Death
skin.
Stranding 2. Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
Marilyn Manson?
What?
What?
Is that Marilyn Manson in the trailer? Who is that?
Oh, no, that's Troy Baker.
No. Troy.
That's Troy
Okay.
Baker's character. He's
Yeah.
back. Higgs. Yeah, the engine, he's like really done some great things with the Decima engine, just in general.
I can't believe how much he's doing. Like even in his like old age, not to say he's too old, but like in his
Yeah.
old age, he's doing so many projects, so much stuff. Versus
know.
before he was just like solely on Metal Gear. Like
Well, it's because they would keep
Crazy
him in
how
a
much-
locked closet in Konami making Metal Gear games. Crazy.
I feel like he's probably thinking like he just wasted a lot of time, and now this is opportunity to make movies, make
'Cause-
games, make.
So Death Stranding 2 is coming, and that's coming
Yeah.
in 2025. It sounds like this is the end of Death Stranding, the way that trailer kind of talked about, which I think is very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The trailer was absolutely wild, Ted. They showed a baby inside a woman's throat, as we've seen in multiple Death Stranding
always.
trailers. But this time, instead of the baby doing something weird, the baby opened its mouth, a little plane flew out of the mouth. A little like aircraft. Aircraft flew out of the mouth, and then it said inside the aircraft. And then it cut to Norman Reedus and I can't say whatever her name is, but whatever, the girl that was in James Bond. And they're both just completely gray. They are like gray, their skin is gray, their hair is gray, they're all gray, talking. And then it cuts and it says like, connecting the strands. Then they're not gray anymore. And then he's walking around everywhere trying to connect the world, not just the United States. So you're walking in like deserts. You're walking, at one point it looks like he's walking on the moon. Lots of crazy shit. Then we see Troy Baker's character still alive. He's back. He's got an electric guitar, Ted. The electric guitar fires lightning bolts at things, and it's also a battle axe. And then possibly the baby from the first game is in a big giant robot ninja costume.
Hey, Ted, none of that was true, by the way.
That's
Jake
all
made
true.
of that. But he wouldn't know.
But he wouldn't know.
Exactly.
Isn't that wild? Death Stranding 2. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. You guys should all play Death Stranding 1.
I love the Death Stranding trailers. They're
They're
just.
so good.
I feel like I go back and watch a Death Stranding 1 trailer for a while, and it's just. God.
Part of me got excited this game wasn't coming out this year, so we could just get more crazy-ass trailers for another year. Wild.
Everything that I'm looking at just seems insane. This
Dude, it's so good.
He's insane. I can't believe
So
they let
good.
him do this.
So Death
Done
Stranding
it
2.
again.
But then they cut again, and it's him standing next to the head of PlayStation Studios with a backdrop, and they're like, yo, Kojima's making one more game for us. And he's like, yeah. It's time that I return to the tactical espionage genre with a new IP. He's making another kind of Metal Gear. I think it's called Stint, but it's like weird spelling.
I can't tell if Ted
PHY.
froze or if he's just like taking it in.
I think he froze, but we're just going to keep him here because this is perfect. Yeah,
It's very windy where I am, and I'm pretty sure my internet just cut out.
Oh, you froze. I think the new game is called Stint, but it's spelled weird.
I cut out at tactical espionage.
Okay, so he's announcing he's doing a new tactical espionage IP, brand new, called Stint. But we didn't know that yet. We don't know. You don't know that yet. Erase that from your mind, Ted. So he announces he's doing it.
You never knew that.
And he has. That's what Metal Gear was called, tactical espionage. So he's coming back to a new Metal Gear kind of game with PlayStation. And he goes, but PlayStation doesn't just make video games, or Sony. Sony doesn't just make video games. They make movies and music as well. And they said, yeah, we do that, Kojima. He's like, yeah, they do. And then he's like, so this game is not just going to be a game. It's a film.
I love this.
We're getting like a film game by Kojima.
It's about time he got into film. Like this dude like lives and breathes film, and
he's making a Death Stranding movie too, like they with A24. So I think it's called Stint, PHYSINT.
It better play like Splinter Cell
so much
because
worse.
we need a Splinter Cell.
We need a new Metal Gear.
Is it a video?
We do need a new Metal Gear.
Is it a video game?
It's gonna be both, Ted.
It's a movie.
I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 4 right now, and I gotta be honest, man. It's both. Okay, I sat for 45 minutes and watched 4 cutscenes.
Did you watch that 2-hour one yet?
I'm getting close. I think I'm close. Yeah. So he's already made these.
Fair enough. Okay.
So, but now it's gonna be probably live action,
okay.
and that's pretty cool. I'm curious about it.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
I don't entirely feel inclined to play either of those games yet.
You should play
but-
Death Stranding 1. You would like Death Stranding 1.
Of his games, I think I would much prefer to start with Metal Gear. And you talk about Death Stranding 1.
Yeah.
And the fact that there are characters that come back means that maybe that's important for the story.
I think so.
We should really do like an episode of how important Kojima is to the video game industry, because he bridges the industry with the movie industry, and probably we could talk about other directors as well, but to get like 3 game movies coming out like on this level, and then like I can't imagine any other director doing that.
No.
So it's really foundational and pretty.
Oh yeah,
groundbreaking,
from the
I'd say.
and he just announced he's gonna be 40 years. His anniversary is like 40 years of game directing is like coming up. It's like holy crap.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We need more people like him. Where's our new Kojima?
We already have the old Kojima, James. We don't need a new one
Yeah,
yet.
whoever directed Elden Ring, which I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. That was basically the state of play. I think it's time we talk about Pal World.
Let's talk about Pal World.
Jake, what is Pal World?
Dude, it is Pokemon with guns. But it's not.
It's not Pokemon with guns.
It's not.
But
But it kind of is.
Yeah.
It's a survival game. It's like an Ark. It's like a Minecraft-ish. It's
Like a Valheim.
But it's also Pokemon. At the same time, there are Pokemon all over the place, and they are unabashedly Pokemon. Slightly different. They're pals, and they're changed. But yeah, it's a survival game where you're building up a base, you're collecting resources, but then the pals, the Pokemon themselves, become resources that you are basically using and putting them in to work on your farms, on your to cook your food. You are using these pals as means of production. Servants.
Yes. Did they get paid?
Production.
Yeah.
They
They
get
get
breaks?
they get fed.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have beds to sleep on.
They're not out in the scary pal world. They have pals like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then eventually you can build
think
guns. And you can shoot the pals.
Yep.
You can eat the pals, James.
Oh wow.
You can't eat the pals.
You can eat the pals. You can kill the pals. Take their meat. You can do anything with
make
pals.
You know,
pals
we've
cook
needed
pal meat.
R-rated Pokemon for a long time, and now we have it.
So that's the gist. Ted, you've played more of this game.
Yeah.
Give
so
me the overview.
Well, so let me just dig into it real quick. This game is made by Pocket Pear, which, as far as I'm aware, is a Japanese indie developer.
Okay.
They made Craftopia,
Yeah.
and they've got accused of being an asset flipping studio
Before this game.
before this game. So people thought this game was going to be an asset flip, but they
Yeah.
were so wrong.
Yeah, it was released into early access on Steam and Xbox Insider Program January 19th. So day of recording, it's only about 2 weeks old or
Well,
so.
don't worry,
here.
because it sold 7 million copies in 4 days.
So it is now sold over 6 million, over 8 million in the first 6 days, and has reached 2 million concurrent players on Steam, which is a record. Second highest player count.
Do you have the PUBG total? Player count?
I can look it up.
I'm just so curious because that was like it's like astronomical because it was like
Yeah.
holy shit. It's when everybody in the world played PUBG.
Yeah, when Battle Royale was like the first new thing out.
Yeah, when it was like the new.
It was like, oh my god.
Yeah, you would die and
Now
not be
it's
allowed to
just
respawn.
Yeah.
Hardcore shit. I could have derailed this whole thing. Just wanted to know this.
I know. I think it's. I think Power World is about 2 million concurrent, and it looks like
PUBG's at 3.
a 2.8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
it could hit it.
Yeah, that's pretty tough though.
If the studio plays it smart and maybe has some like nice DLC
That's
and
true.
updates it, because it's early access, so
3.2. Excuse me.
Okay.
3.2
3.2.
million players
Yeah,
were
that's
playing
pretty big.
PUBG.
All right, Ted. Sorry, spiel it again. I derailed.
That's okay. Yeah, so Jake, you pretty much nailed it. This game is a survival game first, and a very, I'd call it simplistic one, although I don't mean that in a bad way. You are out there gathering wood, right? Gathering stone. The world turns dark, and you need a torch to light yourself and stay warm. You need a bed to sleep on to get through the night. Pretty basic stuff. The overall objective is simply that there are these dungeons out in the expanse of the world, and you just need to beat all 5 of them, and then that technically you have beaten the game. None of us have gotten that far yet. But throughout this entire world, there are little cute anime characters walking around, and then as soon as you leave your base, it stops being a survival, adventure game and becomes Pokemon Arceus.
Yeah.
Basically, you are running around with, PAL spheres, with Pokeballs that you've collected and crafted at your base. You are wandering around.
Spheres.
Yeah.
Pal,
That's a good
pal,
name for it.
Pal spheres.
Yes.
You are running around. These Pokemon, the pals, are exactly like Pokemon. There are water types. There are fire types. There are flying types.
There are
types.
EVs, but they're not called EVs.
Exactly. Yeah. And they do the same things, right? Grass type is going to lose to rock type or whatever it is, or lose to fire. Fire's better than grass. All of that stuff is still there. So you are running around with a party of pals. It's not turn-based combat. You kind of summon them, and then they kind of act as like a pet.
Yeah.
Where they just attack stuff for you and kind of help you out. They'll pick things up for you. And they have special abilities that you can kind of master and work with. But that is the conceit of the game. You are playing a survival game, except you have little anime cutesy friends that have various different kinds of benefits and abilities that you can combine and to help you kind of get through this world faster. It's not a difficult game by any means. In fact, it's almost a little too easy by survival game standards. And I haven't gotten far enough in the game to really tell you it's a good kind of like Pokemon game if you're really into like breeding and like getting the best abilities for your Pokemon or having the perfect party. I don't really know
shiny
about
pals?
There
that.
are.
They're called Lucky Pals.
Yeah. And I almost had a lucky pal, and then one of our friends killed the lucky pal in front of me.
So that is where the game starts. So just a quick sidebar. As of a few days ago, the Pokemon Company has said that they are going to look into this
They're
game.
looking into this.
Yeah, they have this like sinisterly vague message of like they're looking into games of similar type or something like that.
They announced it on Truth Social.
Is that true? Or are you making that up?
Could you imagine?
We're looking into this.
So we don't know. It definitely looks Pokemon adjacent, but Pal World, I guess their two biggest defenses are A, satire. You know, it's quite silly, as Jake was talking about. You get guns at a certain point, and can just kill Pokemon, right? You don't knock them out. You know, it's not like Pokemon. It's not cute. Like they die and their body lies there, and then you collect their meat and their fur.
Innards,
yeah. So like it's pretty silly.
I love it. That's the R-rated Pokemon. We've needed this, and they've never delivered on it. So now we can have it.
And the game gets pretty wild. We've only played the beginning of it, which is very much a survival game. I'm running around with a club and a bow in survival game fashion. But at a certain point in the technology tree, you just get
Guns.
you just get a musket, and then you just get like an M1911.
So you're not there yet.
No,
we are not at the point of guns.
Dang.
But like there is no like in-world theming here. Like it is an AR-15 that your Pokemon is just holding.
Beautiful.
It's pals. Ted.
Excuse me, pals. I'm so sorry. It's pals.
James, can you check Truth Social? Just make sure something wasn't said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll describe it right now.
So it is quite funny. Eventually, you will get much more into the Factorio automation side of things, where you assign your pals to like literally assembly lines as they craft variously more complicated components.
Yep.
So that you're always supplied with guns and ammo, so that you can conquer the pal world.
God, I can't wait to have
a
sheep farm where they make guns.
How is this set up with the server? Is it like everyone is just on it, your own world, and like, there's no one else to interact with?
So this world is, so far in early access, it is just one world. It is not procedurally generated.
Cool.
You play on the same world every time, and this is kind of where it does get to be a pain in the butt. Whoever is player one, that is their world,
Right.
and if you join their world, you have to create a new character. There's no character overlap.
Yep.
So if you have a bunch of friends who all are playing single player, and then you join each one individually, you'll have different characters each time. You'll have to level up each time.
They talk about this on their roadmap, though. They're going to have cross progression. So it's just something on the map. Yeah.
And right now, if you're like us, you can have a dedicated server, which has up to 32 people instead of 4. If you have the tools to dedicate a server, it's just always running in the background.
And I think Steam servers are actually bigger than the Xbox ones.
Steam, yes.
I think it's
Xbox is locked to 4.
Steam is 16,
and then Steam can go however.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
And there are public servers. If you wanted to play this game publicly, just join a server with 32 other people. You definitely can.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think my first initial, just like I played one night, 3 hours maybe. It's very fun. It's very, I don't think I would kind of play this by myself in my own world by myself, but I think messing around in a world that is already ridiculous with my friends being ridiculous is awesome.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm enjoying this game for, but am I like blown away by this game no, it's just really kind of fun and quirky and ridiculous. And the concept of Pokemon with guns is super funny to be a part of that world.
Well, I would say, 6 million people or 8 million people buying this game. Like it shows you that there is a market of people who are fed up with Pokemon and are ready for anything else. Like this is not, I would argue that if you truly love Pokemon, you are not jumping ship to play this game. It is not replacing your Pokemon, but it's close enough. We've all been disappointed with Pokemon for the past 3 games for sure, and maybe longer if you've been into it. Like we are at a point now where somebody makes a different video game with cutesy anime character monsters to collect, and 8 million people are like, sign me up.
Yeah, and I think that's Nintendo's had a struggle just making the games not buggy, like turning out this pipeline. So like the fact that this is coming out in early access is going to take a lot of like advice, improvement. I'm sure they'll release more pals. Like, I think that's
the
really,
price point too is good. $29.99.
$29.99.
Yeah.
So
amazing. Good.
I'm curious how long this game lasts too, or if this is just the January, February bubble, or if this is going to be a year long, the year of PAL.
I don't think it'll be the year of PAL. I think we are definitely seeing a trend because we're seeing a trend of these open world early access survival games coming out in this Q1 time period when there aren't a lot of big games. And it worked. It worked for Valheim, which had immense success in the just like, hey, there's nothing to do right now. Let's group up and explore this world together.
Did Valheim ever come out? Like, has that been a full release?
No, that is still in early access.
See, I think PAL World needs to release this year.
Yeah.
Like, are they not
We'll
going
see.
to? Like, I feel like they need to have like
the
a
team has been
release.
like haphazardly put together, so it's
Oh.
Yeah, I would not say that they. It doesn't seem like development wise they have it together. They have a strong enough.
they have a
game
roadmap.
plan. They do have a roadmap. They're trying. I mean, I'm not saying that's like
And-
a bad thing.
If they hire enough and hire well, maybe they'll get it working. But
Suicide
Yeah,
Squad killed the
I-
Justice League has a roadmap, James. Okay.
I believe the devs have said that on the release date of early access, the game was 60% done. Whatever that means.
that's good. That's better than most
Yeah.
early access. I feel 60%.
Yeah. So I was going to say there is another early access survival game called Enshrouded that came out in the exact same time.
Yeah.
Enforcing this idea that like there's a trend going on of Q1 co-op survival games.
And that game's getting really well reviewed and received as well. That it's supposed to be a great game. So.
Yep. And it's one of those things of kind of like you're picking your team. You're either on Team Power World or Team Enshrouded.
Team Jacob, Team Edward, baby.
Yeah, like I picked Team Power World.
Yep.
James, I know you haven't decided yet. If you want to pick up Enshrouded, let us know how it is.
He's literally playing Power World in 5 minutes. Yeah.
So yeah, but very exciting. I'm happy for them. I hope this at the very least kicks the Pokemon Company in the butt of like, hey, there are up to 8 million adults adult types who are interested in monster collectors. Like if you don't do a good job, they will leave.
Yeah.
There are people in their 30s who have been playing Pokemon since its release who want an adult Pokemon game.
Yep.
They don't want
Yeah.
no kid
And
little.
They don't want no kid shit.
And finally, we have a Pokemon competitor,
Yes.
or Pokemon like that has broken through, and I think that's really interesting.
I think that's really important.
Yeah.
I think just a competitor in any marketplace breeds improvement. So
They're even showing because like people were talking about like how this is copying Pokemon, and then there's one graphic going around where it was Pokemon copying Dragon's Quest, and it was like super similar, like exact same Zubat, like all these other things.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
people have copied like original stuff before,
Yeah.
and no one gave Pokemon shit for that.
I guess there is a chance we will be coming back here by the end of the year talking about a potential lawsuit, and that would be really interesting to discuss. Of like, what is the Pokemon Company's grounds for a lawsuit here?
yeah, I'd be really
Well, it
fascinated.
sucks that
with
this is a
Yeah.
Japanese company, right?
Yes. Yep.
So
It'd be
they could be screwed. They
it'd be a
could be screwed.
national lawsuit, not an international lawsuit.
Could be screwed.
Yeah, I'm
Depends.
hearing that. I don't know why. I don't know Japanese copyright law.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only thing that I would kind of say why I'm confident that they're not going to be is that Microsoft put this on Game Pass in early access, and I have to feel like Microsoft looking at a Pokemon clone, legal's scrubbing through that because it's like the flagship right now for Game Pass on the Xbox is we got Pal World. And like I don't think Xbox is putting this as their big thing on their platform without really diligently checking assets and everything to get into this game. I would be shocked by Microsoft just being like, yeah, throw it out there and see what happens.
Yeah, who knows?
yeah.
For all we know, Microsoft had no idea this was going to be big.
No, but I'm saying like just to get through their system, I think you've got to go through some quality. So
Yeah,
we'll see though.
we will see.
We'll see.
Well, thank you so much for watching the 158th episode of the Sidescape Gaming Podcast. My name is Jake. That's Ted, and James is finally back, ladies and gentlemen. Will he return next week? Who's to say?
We'll see.
Who knows?
Maybe for a little Vault Buddies episode too.